Hey guys, Jerseytoof here coming at you with another video. Today we're bringing back an oldie but a goodie. We're bringing back that Tropius Galarian Stunfisk core. We used it right when Galarian Stunfisk first came out, and it really worked really well, but I got away from it. We loved our Scrafty team with the Lero and Marowak, and we loved the other teams we've been using, but we wanted to see what we can do here, and we went on a 9-win streak to hit rank 8. The lag has been atrocious the past couple days. I know it's for everybody, and hopefully they give it a once over and fix it before Thursday when we do all those battle night battles, because if the lag is this bad, I don't know if we're gonna be able to handle it, because I mean, some people are getting more lag than others, but for me it's like so sporadic, and sometimes it's so hard to even play. But somehow we were able to do these battles here and win 9 in a row. We went 4-1, and then we went 5-0, and that's when we hit rank 8. And we already know that Galarian Stunfisk in the lead covers so much of the meta, and there's so many teams that are running counters to that Galarian Stunfisk in the lead. So we have 2 counters to most of the things in the back, and this team destroys Grasshole. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys are new here, just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and get notified every single time I upload my videos. The support has been amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough. So let's just get into these battles. We got rank 8, and we got some great battles here to show you. Okay, until tomorrow guys, Jerseytoof out. Remember, please subscribe, and you guys are the best community in the world. Thank you so much. Alright guys, let's get into these battles now. We have Defense Form Deoxys as our safe swap. We are running Counter, Rock Slide, and Psycho Boost. We are running Psycho Boost just to take care of all those Shadow Victory Bells that love to swap in. So first we got a pretty good lead with a Alolan Marowak in the lead here. We're just going to go straight Rock Slides here. We wanted to go up to an Earthquake to try to bait it, and we do get a shield. Once again, this is the first match I tried this team with, so you know, we might get off to a little slow start, hint, hint, but here we go. So we get the first shield. We're going to shield this Bone Club here, and then they swap into their Azumarill. And we should have swapped into our Tropius here, because in my mind, I thought I still had Thunderbolt. So at this point, this is not looking good for us, because now they hit us with a Hydro Pump, and I do not have Thunderbolt to threaten this Azumarill. So at this point, we just got to go Rock Slide as quick as possible, and hopefully we can take back Switch Advantage. But this is not looking great at all. So we do get another shield there, but at this point we are going to be able to get bubbled down, it looks like. But no, they're going to use some of their energy here. I'm guessing it's going to be an Ice Beam, but they take back Switch Advantage, which is not great. So at this point I know they have all this energy built up, and we want to come in here and hit this thing with an Earthquake as quick as possible, and I'm hoping it takes it out. And we did not hit all the bubbles, unfortunately, and now we're going to get hit with another Ice Beam. This is not looking good at all. So we're going to try to mud shot it down, and their Alolan Marowak comes back in, and we are able to get to an Earthquake here, which is great. We take out the Marowak, and they still have their Azumarill. We bubble it down, and they have a Abomasnow in the back. So can we make this game work? And I know they're just building up to enough for one Weather Ball to take us out, and even after that mistake we were almost still able to win the game, but in the end we took the L, and good games to my trainer. But here is where we start popping off. Saran 016 is up now. We got a Galvantula in the lead. We love to see it. So they're going to swap into their own Stunfisk. So we're just actually going to hit this thing with an Earthquake, and hopefully it goes through. If not, we're going to get a shield, and then we're going to swap into our Defense Form Deoxys. Yes, it's not the greatest matchup for us, but I did not want to bring in my Tropius right back, because I know there's probably going to be a Azumarill on this team. So at this point, we're just going to let this Earthquake go through, and we're going to try to build up to 3 Psycho Boosts here. We're going to try to go back to back to back Psycho Boosts. Let's see what happens here. Another Psycho Boost. Second one coming through. Now it does a little less damage, and we're going to try to counter this thing down, and we're not able to. So at this point, we're going to shield this up, and then we're going to counter down and bring back their Tropius. So this thing is double debuffed right now, so I was still trying to learn this Rock Slide Psycho Boost moveset, and I probably wasn't the best idea to go all those Psycho Boosts, but we still took Switch Advantage. So then they have a Razor Leaf Tropius against my Air Slash Tropius. We already know this is a great matchup for our Tropius. So now we have been able to hit our own Aerial Ace here. This should be enough to take it out, but they use their last shield here. And at this point, I want to save that energy and bring back in my Stunfisk. And we're going to use all this energy on this Leaf Blade here. And at this point, we need a Rock Slide to take out the Tropius, because you cannot mud shot down a Tropius at that range at all. So then they bring back in their Stunfisk, and that is GG's. So that's the first win with the team, and there's many more to come. So let's get into game 3 here. Let's see what we got. We got Grace under Pharaoh. I like the name, Grace. Let's see what you got for me. Stunfisk into an Umbreon. This is kind of like a neutral matchup. It's not really a hard counter city, you know what I'm saying? So either way, it depends on how many shields my opponent decides to give up. These foul plays will start to add up, but we're going to go straight Earthquake. It's going to take 2 Earthquakes to take out this Umbreon with the mud shot damage, and we'll see what they would decide to do after this. So we're not going to shield this up. We're just going to let the foul play come through. It gets us into yellow, and we're going to go for another Earthquake. We're going to bait it, but we're going to go right for the Rock Slide. We're trying to get a shield here, and we do get the shield. That is great. So at this point, I think another foul play is coming through right now, and now we're going to swap into our Deoxys right here. Yes, we got a shield advantage, and we're going to shield the first one up, and we're going to try to farm this thing completely down. Actually, we're going to go for a Rock Slide here. I thought I was going to farm it down. So at this point, we're going to be able to farm down now. Let's see what they're going to bring in on us. They have a Beedrill. Okay. Then we know this thing learns X-Scissor, which are super effective against our Deoxys and our Psychic typing. But these Rock Slides are also super effective. So I wanted to see how much X-Scissor did, but not right there. Because now I'm going to be able to swap. Oh, they got a Swampert in the bag. This is what we love to see. I know a Sludge Wave is probably coming through right here, but Tropius is a tanky boy, and 1 Leaf Blade is going to be enough to take out this Swampert. Coming through, takes it out. And now their Beedrill comes back in. These Air Slash are super effective, but also the Poison Jabs are definitely adding up. So I was only able to get to a Leaf Blade. Unfortunately, they were able to farm up a ton of energy. So I'm going to bring back in my Stunfisk here. I want to try to get some of that energy out of here. And I know they probably have enough for 2 X-Scissors, and they win CMP. At this point, I was hoping that X-Scissor was not going to take us out, and it does not. And we're able to get to the Rock Slide, and this is going to take out the Beedrill, and we take the victory. That was a GG's to my trainer right there. All right, off to a 2-1. So this is game 4 right here. What do we got in game 4? We got Minakoko Lolo. Some of these names are crazy, you know. We got a Bastodon in the lead. This is what we love to see. And they bring in a Tropius, not a Razor Blade. I think it was Air Slash. So we're just going to actually stay in here, and we're just going to hit this thing with as many Rock Slides as possible, because we do have a Deoxys in the back to take care of the Bastodon. So I was thinking about swapping there, but now I'm just going to stay in here, go for another Rock Slide right here. It's not enough to take it out, and I think they knew that, because I have to get to another Rock Slide to take it out. So this is going to be a close match here, another Leaf Blade, and we get to another Rock Slide right here. I'm guessing they're not going to shield, and they let our Tropius go down. So they bring in their Shadow Victory Bell right here. So now at this point, I'm just going to bring in my Tropius to counter this, and I'm going to swap right into my Defense Form Deoxys. This is what we want to see. It was kind of like a Grasshole, but not Grasshole, because their Tropius did not have Razor Leaf. So they were trying to, like, you know, make a little adjustment to it. But if you're going to run this Grasshole type team, you got to run both Razor Leaves, or just not run it at all, you know. But at this point, the Rock Slide is going to be enough to take out this Bastodon at this range. And they bring back in their Victory Bell with 2 shields. But I have Cycle Boost, but we're just going to let this thing go down. And we have our Tropius with, they have 2 shields, but we just farmed this thing completely down, and they did not use any of their shields, but we take the victory. All right, this is going to be game 5. Let's finish off this 4-1 set. We got Cannabis Blunt. Love the name, my man. All right, Stunfisk into Azumarill. We do not like to see Azumarills in the lead, but I like to do is Earthquake and Bounce. That's what everybody loves to do in this matchup. So Earthquake coming through. Most of the time they're not going to shield, but they actually shielded. Okay, and I'm going to bring in my Deoxys right here, which is fine in this case, because I wanted them to swap out, and they do. Okay, now we're going to be able to hit this thing with almost 2 Rock Slides before we're hit with any damage. First one coming through, gets it down in the yellow, and we should be able to get to this next rock slide before the shadow ball, but we are not able to, and I believe this is going to be a shadow ball, and it was. That was a great call on our part. So we're going to be able to hit this thing with another rock slide right here. We're going to get the shield, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to beat them to the rock slide, but I figured I wasn't going to be able to. So we're going to swap on the shadow ball, and we catch it, and we should be able to farm it down. Azumarill comes back in. That's okay. We have a earthquake ready. Unfortunately, we're going to be bubbled down, which is not an ideal situation. And we have no shields right here. So I was thinking, do I bring in Tropius here or not? And we are going to be able to eat an ice beam and hopefully get to a leaf blade before we get hit with another one. So another leaf blade coming through right here. This is going to be enough to take out the Azumarill at this range. And see what they bring in now against my Tropius. We still have that defense form Deoxys in the back. We love to see the Shiftry. And they look like they were trying to catch the charge move. And we have an aerial ace ready. Actually, they were trying to fire spin us down before we were able to hit the Shiftry with a leaf blade, which was a decent play. And we're going to have this cycle boost here. Doesn't do much damage, but is able to take out the Shiftry. And we take the victory. And we finish the 4-1 set. So we're going to move on to this next set right here, where we had a 5-0 to reach rank 8. After we catch that Galarian Farfetch right there. See, we're so close to rank 8. So let's get into it right here. First match is Dak 07 KO 10. What you got for me, Dak? Stunfisk into a Stunfisk mirror match. This is kind of a tricky situation because it's like, who wants to bait first? I always go for the bait, it seems like, but you know, I switch it up sometimes because a lot of times I've been getting called the bait. So they shield the rock slide, and I want to not shield, and thank God I did shield because it is an earthquake, and they bring in their Meganium, so that opens up the switch to our air slash Tropius, which completely walls this Meganium. So we're not going to show any energy here. I want this thing as low as possible, so whatever comes in doesn't have much farm, and we have loaded energy. So they're going to try to hit us with another Frenzy Plant right here. It's going to get us fairly low, but we're going to be maxed out at 100 energy for whatever comes in next. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a flying type, and it is that Skarmory. So I really want to get out of here as soon as my switch timer comes up, and we are going to go right into our Deoxys right here. And we're going to farm up to a rock slide. Unfortunately, we don't have Thunderbolt. I really want to go back to maybe even run a Cycle Boost Thunderbolt instead of Rock Slide Cycle Boost, because there's so many times I really wanted that Thunderbolt. And they hit us with a Brave Bird, which is not a great situation. And they beat us to a Rock Slide, which is also not a great. But we have a Tropius loaded with energy. So we're going to hit this thing with about 3 Leaf Blades before we're able to hit us with a Rock Slide. Actually, it's going to be 2 Leaf Blades. I forgot I used some of that energy on the on the Skarmory. So we take out the Stunfisk, and we bring out our own Stunfisk against this Skarmory right here. And they knew the writing was on the wall. We both had a shield, but those flying type moves are really resisted by Stunfisk, and the opponent tries to back out. But that's a GG's trainer. It's okay to back out when you know that you have no shot. So JC is up next. Bastiodon in the lead. We love to see it. So they're going to swap into their Toxicroak. So we're going to go right into our Tropius here. We do not want the Tropius on that Bastiodon whatsoever. They tried to bait us with a Mud Bomb, but that was okay. Even if I got hit with a Sludge Bomb, that was a-okay with me because I knew Bastiodon was coming back in regardless, and I really wanted this thing to have as least amount of energy as possible. So at this point, we're just going to try to get as much damage onto this Bastiodon as possible. So another Leaf Blade is going to be coming through right here, and I was thinking about swapping out, but I did not really want to give up switch advantage. So I'm just going to stay in here and just do as much damage as I can against this Bastiodon. So another Leaf Blade coming through is going to get it down into the yellow, which is kind of crazy. Tropius, can do some damage against Bastiodon because those Leaf Blades are neutral. So Stunfisk coming in. This is probably going to be a Flamethrower, which is fine. Does a decent amount of damage, and they swap into their Cheerum, which is not great because now we have to bring out a Defense Form Deoxys. After this, we're going to hit it with 2 Rock Slides here. We want to get some shields, and now we're going to bring out a Deoxys right here. And this Razor Leaf does chunk away at the Deoxys, but we have to shield this one up. So we're going to be a Weather Ball, and this Rock Slide is going to be coming through and see if they want to use their last shield here, and they do. And right at this point, I probably should have just farmed down, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing right here. I'm going to shield this Weather Ball. And thankfully, this Bastiodon is really low, So we're going to be able to hit this thing with a rock slide right here. And we should have enough energy for a Psycho Boost or just counter it down and take the victory. It always feels so good to take care of anything that has a Razor Leaf and a Bastodon in it, even if it's not the quote-unquote Grasshole. So at this point, I was thinking to myself, do I want to put Thunderbolt back on my Deoxys? And, you know, I sat there and I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this off with what I got me here. So we're just going to continue forward with this moveset. Let's see what we got here in Game 3. I didn't even know this name. It looks like it's just a whole bunch of letters, like a cat ran across a keyboard, you know? But we got an Altaria lead against our Stunfisk. We love to see it. And they bring in their victory bell. And I got to learn to bring in Deoxys against the Shadow Vic because we have the Psycho Boost. And I'm guessing there's probably going to be another Razor Leafer in the back. But that's okay. We take out the Vic. We know Bastodon is probably coming back in. Oh, actually, Altaria was the lead. I'm sorry. I see so many Grassholes. Whenever I see a Shadow Vic, I'm thinking to myself, it's Grasshole. But they bring back in their Altaria. So we're just going to try to get as much damage as possible on this Altaria as we can before we're taken out. Dragon Breaths are neutral, so they're not super effective like Air Slash would be. So we're going to be able to get some decent damage off on this Altaria. And we actually almost take it out. But they are loaded with energy. And we're going to bring in our Stunfisk here to take all this energy that the Altaria has. So one Sky Attack coming through, and they bring in their Machamp. So we're just going to go back-to-back Rock Slides here to get some shields. And then we're going to go into our Deoxys. Another Rock Slide coming through right here. Yes, they're resisted, but this is a Shadow, and it would do a lot of damage. So now we can bring in Deoxys here. They're going to have to go for Rock Slides, but we have Psycho Boost, which shields down, is going to one-shot this Machamp. And regardless, even if a Rock Slide hit this thing, it would have been very close. We'd been able to counter it down. But Psycho Boost one-shots it, and Altaria comes back in, and they knew the writing on the wall. So GG's, that's 2-0 hype. Let's get into this Game 3 right here. We had, what is that? 6 in a row right now. This is going for 7. We got Red Mond 5T3R. All right, Stunfisk into another Stunfisk mirror. This is, you know, like I said before, I like to go for the bait, but sometimes I go straight for the Earthquake, especially in the higher ranks. A lot of times they're expecting the bait. But at this point, we did get the shield. And so many times I want to call the bait. But this time, again, it was an Earthquake, so that was a good call on the shield. So now we're going to go for the Earthquake here. Let's see what happens. And they use their second shield. So at this point, you got to make a choice. Do you want to shield it up or go down 2 shields or expect? And they do. But they swap out first. And they bring in their Tropius with Razor Leaf. So I could bring in my Tropius with Air Slash. And I pretty much wall this Tropius. Yeah, these aerial aces do hurt, but it takes so long to get to one with those Razor Leaves. The energy generation on Razor Leaf is so much less than Air Slash. So at this point, I'm going to be able to farm it down before they hit us with another Charge Moon, which is great. So we are loaded with energy here. First Leaf Blade coming through. I'm guessing that was a Stunfisk that came back in. No, it was a Skarmory. Okay. At this point, I wanted to try to get the switch timer up, but we are not able to do so. But we hit this thing with Air Slash, and we want to get out of here. So we're going to come in with Stunfisk right here. We got some loaded energy. First Rock Slide coming through, and they bring in their Stunfisk, and I should be able to get to an Earthquake before they're able to get to their Earthquake, because I was able to farm up just a little bit of energy, and we are able to do so. And then Skarmory comes back in, and we still have a full health Deoxys in the back, so this is looking great for us right here. So another Rock Slide right here. This is not going to be enough to take it out, but like I said, Deoxys can finish it off in the back. So another Sky Attack coming through. They were trying to battle to the end. You got to admire it. I do like it. But Deoxys comes in, counters it one time, and takes the victory. That's 7 in a row. So can we make it 8 in a row right here? Megali 1 is up next. What you got for me, Megali? Stunfisk into Obstagoon lead. This is not great for us. So we're just going to get out of here as quick as we can. Deoxys comes in. Altaria comes in. This is okay matchup for us because Rock Slides are super effective against the flying type, and they decide to let that one go, which is fine. And they are building up a ton of energy, so we're going to be able to get to another Rock Slide before they even hit us with a Sky Attack, and they have to shield that up. So I already know that they have 2 Sky Attacks ready, so I am not going to shield anything here. And I want to hopefully get to that next Rock Slide, and they actually use both their energies. That is great. So if Deoxys goes down, we can bring back in Stunfisk right here. and they swap into their Obstagoon, and I swap instantly into my Tropius to catch the Night Slash, which is a great swap. I didn't expect it to really happen, but I figured something was going to happen there, and I didn't want to be farmed. But you really can't farm with Stunfisk, but it's okay. We were able to take advantage of that. So Tropius comes in here. We're not going to shield any of these Night Slashes, and we should be able to almost farm this down, but we're going to go for another Leaf Blade. At this point, I should have farmed down. I didn't expect a CMP tie, but we're taking that Night Slash like a champ, and we're saving both our shields for Stunfisk in the back. Let's see what they're going to bring in on our Tropius right here, and it is the Altaria, so we're going to bring right in our Stunfisk, and they have an Azumarill in the back, and they caught the Rock Slide. That was a great catch. So, but we have 2 shields here, and we should be able to get to back-to-back Earthquakes before they're able to take us out. We were hoping Ice Beam comes through. I already figured I was going to shield no matter what. Earthquake, they decide not to shield that one, which is great, because now we can go straight Rock Slides. Next Rock Slide coming through. This is not going to be enough to take it out, but we're definitely going to get the shield. And we're going to have to use our last shield right here. And I figured they're going to do something with the Altaria, and they do. And I almost ruined the game right there, because we're going to hit with a Sky Attack right here, and I know I have to build up to almost 2 Rock Slides to have a Rock Slide ready for that Azumarill when it comes back in. So we're going to fire off the first one right here, takes out the Altaria, and hopefully we can get to that Rock Slide first, and we are able to do so, and we take the victory. Good games, Trainer. And actually, that was the 5th and final game for the 5-0, 9 wins in a row. Gotta love it, and we hit rank 8 after this battle. The lag has been so bad, and it's so hard to really get a constant feel of what you're playing, but hopefully Niantic fixes that, and we got the rank 8, and hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much. Enjoyed that video. Galarian Stunfisk and Tropius is still a great core to be using in Season 4. You know, you can really set it up with any kind of safe swap that you want. For this, we were using Defense Form Deoxys, but even like a Vigoroth or even a Azumarill would be a decent counter. But with all the Grassholes running around, I did not really want Azumarill as a safe swap, because most of the time they're going to have a grass type to bring in on your Azumarill. With the Defense Form Deoxys, it really is not too many hard counters to it. The dark types, like the Umbrons that can switch in, really do hurt. But overall, Deoxys is a great safe swap for this team. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. So I know that Battle Night is coming up on Thursday, and I hope you have your flying types ready for it. We were not too sure if you're going to be able to do Great League alongside a Flying Cup, but we're going to find out together, and hopefully they do something about this lag. So let me know down in the comments how Season 4 is going so far for you guys. Have you hit rank 8 yet? Have you hit rank 7? What's your win percentage? Are you having fun? Just let me know. I like to hear how you guys are doing. So until next time, guys, Jerseytoof out. Remember, please subscribe, and you guys are the best community in the world. Thank you so much for all the support.